country and the dream it represents are being tested in ways we haven't seen in nearly a century. Future generations will judge us by how we responded to this test. Are they going to say this was the moment when we lost our nerve, when we lost our courage, when we lost our when we allowed the same divisions and fears to plunge us into a deeper recession? Or are they going to say this was another one of those moments when America stood up, when America overcame, when we battled?
Yeah!
Many of you are cynical and fed up with politics. I understand that you're disappointed, even angry with some of your leaders. You have every right to be, but despite this, I ask of you what's been asked of the American people throughout our history. I ask you to believe. Believe in yourselves, believe in each other, believe in the future we can build together. Yes. Together we can't fail. Not now, not when we have a crisis to solve and an economy to save, not when there's so many Americans without jobs and without homes. Not when there are families who can't afford to see a doctor, or send their child to college, or pay their bills at the end of the month. Not when there's a generation that is counting on us to give them the same opportunities that somebody gave us. Because ultimately, that's what America's about. Us fighting for the next generation. You know, somewhere in this audience, there are people whose parents and grandparents, they never went to college. But they said, you know what, if we work hard, maybe our child or our grandchild can go to college. Their parents, grandparents who weren't even born in this country, but they said, you know, if we travel to America, we think that we can create freedom and opportunity for our children. There are people in this audience whose parents or grandparents, they could not even vote. But they said, you know what, if we're willing to fight and march and organize, and maybe my child someday, they'll be able to vote. Or maybe they'll be able to run for the United States Senate.
Yeah!
Together we cannot afford to fail, but I need you to make it happen. I need you to early vote. I need you to organize. If you want the next 4 years looking like the last 8, then I'm not your candidate. But if you want real change, if you want an economy that rewards work, that rewards Main Street, if you want tax relief for the middle class and millions of new jobs, if you want health care that you can afford and education that helps your kids compete, then I ask you to knock on some doors. I ask you to make some phone calls. I ask you to talk to your neighbors. I ask you to go early vote. I ask you to mobilize and organize and march in Nevada. If you can vote for me, then I promise you we will win Nevada, and we will
I'm about to take one of those signs and rip that shit up. Let him be, guys. Let him be.
Get on us, Obama. Yeah.
Guys, go out there and knock some doors. Everyone, go knock doors.
Hey, take a picture of me and the horse.
Sure. Let's go on a picture of me and the horse. The staff are in from the parking lot. I mean, if you can find Josh, that'd be great. We're going to pick it up on the side. Oh, your hand?
Hey, cut it out, cut it out.
Do not throw anything. Sure. Let's go knock some doors.
Why are we standing here? Why we?
They're only trying to provoke us.
Absolutely, yeah.
Why are we cheering?
Well, I'm a journalist, so I have to. Thank you.